I'm Ann Martin. Next at 11, a gruesome find in a Southern California backyard tonight. A child's body encased in concrete. Plus, adult businesses wage a legal war with one Southland city.
I'm Mark Coogan in for Jonathan Elias. The Bulldog is pushed out of the Dodgers kennel tonight. Jim Hill on the release of Oral Hershiser next.
You probably have this card in your wallet. Hi, I'm Tom McKernan, president of the Automobile Club of Southern California. For almost 100 years, we've helped Southern Californians with their travel, insurance, financial, and automobile needs. And now we've joined with CBS 2 and School to Career to help students with their career needs too, with job shadowing, internships, and educational programs. Because whether you're on the road or in the classroom, the Auto Club is always with you.
You're watching Southern California's CBS 2 News at 11.
Sheriff's deputies inspect a car parked in the Athens area and find the body of a 3-year-old encased in concrete. Good evening. There are lots of questions surrounding this discovery. Who is the tiny victim and who would commit such an unthinkable crime? CBS 2 News reporter Helen Kamari live at the scene on Athens Way. Helen.
Mark, we're on Athens Way near the intersection of the 105. Contents in the trunk of this abandoned car in the Athens area of South Los Angeles. Sheriff's homicide detectives got the call around 2 in the afternoon about a possible young girl that was buried in cement and stowed away in a car trunk.
It may have been a 3-year-old girl. The information also is that she may have been dead for as much as 4 to 5 months and been encased in that concrete since then.
Bill Foster owns this property where the body was found in a car that belonged to his son, Randy. Police arrested 22-year-old Randy Foster and his 21-year-old girlfriend in the 4900 block of Long Beach Boulevard. The two are now facing murder charges. Police believe the 3-year-old is the girlfriend's daughter. Bill Foster says his son is innocent.
My main concern was there was a child's body that was on my property in a trunk, and I feel as though she should have a proper burial.
Detectives say whatever is causing that odor, and they believe it is human remains.
I suppose. Other than that, just drying out as we get towards the weekend.
I'll take drying out anytime.
Overexcitement?
Overexcitement. Well, no.
Liar.
I'll go for excitement.
All right. Thank you, Pamela. Jim Hill is next with more sports. We'll be right back.
America has been swept away by Survivor Mania. The
4D adventure.
It's a full audience, Captain. Commit 4D cannonball effect. Direct hit. Bees in 3, 2, 1. No response from the kid in 9G. Cue the bird poop.
Experience Pirates, the new higher-than-high-tech attraction, only at SeaWorld.
This pirate gig ain't what it used to be.
Ooh, lattes.
Jim's back to talk more about Oral Hershiser. It must be hard when you've been the best there is to give up and quit.
And when you just see it disappear almost instantly, it is very difficult because he was such a heck of a competitor and still a very fine gentleman. The Bulldog will no longer feed at Chavez Ravine. Today the Dodgers waived former Cy Young Award winner and World Series MVP Oral Hershiser. The 41-year-old pitcher has struggled this season, going 2-3 with a 13.4 earned run average. Before tonight's game, I spoke with Dodger manager Davey Johnson about having to make such a difficult decision.
I love the guy, and I think the world of him. He's such an asset to a ball club, even if he's not pitching well. But so this was really a tough decision.
You almost were in tears last night watching him struggle.
Yes, I was. I mean, you know, and I feel partially to blame because I didn't give him, you know, regular work or didn't do enough to help him get all of his weapons together. But it's been tough.
Meanwhile, the Lakers championship season continued tonight. The celebration at Chavez Ravine. There's Kobe Bryant throwing out the first pitch before the game against the Padres. It was a strike, incidentally. Ninth inning, Dodgers trailing 4-3. Todd Hundley built a solo home run that stays just fair down the right field line, and the game is all tied at 4 going into extra innings. Still tied at 4 in the 10th inning with 2 men on. Eric Karros is your hero. An RBI single in the left field as the game winner, and the Dodgers beat the Padres 5-4. Around the National League this evening, the Expos, Mets, and Pirates all win. The Cardinals beat the Reds and the Phillies over the Brewers. The Giants and Houston Astros also come out on top. In the American League, the Angels open up a 3-game set with Seattle tonight, but the Angels got some bad news before the contest. Pitcher Jason Dixon will miss the rest of the year after having a surgery on his right shoulder. And Angel skipper Mike Schulzer, the former Dodger, didn't stay around long for this one as he gets tossed in the second inning. The Mariners lead the Angels 1-0 in the second when David Bell gets a hold of his Tim Belcher fastball and puts it into the seats in left field. Solo home run for him. Seattle went on to put 3 more runs on the board before beating the Angels 5-3. In the American League scoreboard, the Devil Rays, Indians, and Twins all come out on top, as well as the Orioles, Detroit Tigers, and the Oakland A's. To pro basketball now, the 2000 NBA draft is tomorrow. The Clippers pick 3rd, 18th, and 30th, while the world champion Lakers select 29th overall. And speaking of the Lakers, former Laker great Byron Scott is the new head coach of the New Jersey Nets, who just happened to have the first pick in tomorrow's draft. Scott, who's been an assistant with the Sacramento Kings for the last 2 years, will reportedly receive a 3-year contract worth $9 million. And in tennis, first-round action at Wimbledon, second seed Andre Agassi taking on 19-year-old Californian Taylor Dent. Third set, Agassi blows a backhand right past his opponent. After losing the first set, Andre takes the match, winning 2 sets, 6-3, 6-love, and was leading 4-love in the fourth when Dent retired with an injury. And that's a look at sports for the 11 o'clock hour, folks.
Well, the good Dodger fans are going to remember Hershiser's great moments.
Yeah.
All those shutout innings in a row, all of them.
And a great sign of that was last night when he walked off the mound. Everybody behind the Dodger dugout was clapping, gave him a standing ovation, and his teammates went over to him and patted him on the knee because they knew that was it.
He is a wonderful guy.
He's a wonderful gentleman, yes.
Thanks, Jim, very much. When we come back, bogeys in your corner.
Would spend most
Wedding dress. Here's a woman who had problems getting her gown altered.
They told me, we're going to work on it now, right now. We're going to page you, call you, come back to the store tonight. It will be fixed. It will be corrected.
Charlene Delicato was talking about alteration problems she had with her wedding gown. She bought her dress from Dave's Bridal in Ontario. Charlize said the dress was puckering around her hips, and the store's alterations manager couldn't fix the problem. She said they repeatedly promised they would finish the job. But with only 5 days left before her wedding, Charlize had enough. She wrote us, and we forwarded a copy of her letter to the store. She said the company then called saying they had received the letter and would resolve her complaint immediately. They appointed a regional alterations manager to work with Charlie, and within hours the alterations were done.
In this case, there was an error made. We responded quickly, and hopefully the bride was very happy, and from what I understand, she was.
The company also said they were already working on resolving the problem before we got involved. Charlize sees it a different way.
That letter prompted some action further than the store management seemed willing to take.
If you have a consumer complaint, just don't sit there and gripe. Write me, I'll get you some action. For CBS 2 News, the station of the people, I'm Mike Boguslawski, and I'm in your corner.
Well, that is it for us. Have a great night. Next on The Late Show with David Letterman, Jim Belushi, and a musical guest, Third Eye Blind. To all of us, to all of you, have a great evening. Good night now.
See you tomorrow.
CBS 2 salutes Macy's for their generous support of closed captioning.